Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 9th April. Journey through time of 9th April 2025 Wednesday. Today is 9th April highlight in history. 1609. 80 years war. Spain and the Dutch Republic signed the Treaty of Antwerp. The initiate 12 years of truce. 1609. Philip III of Spain issues the decree of the expulsion of Moriscos. 1682. Robert Cavelier de la Salle discovers the mouth of the Mississippi River, claims it for France, and names it Louisiana. 1784. The Treaty of Paris, ratified by the United States Congress on January 14, 1784, is ratified by King George III of the Kingdom of Great Britain, ending the American Revolutionary War. Copies of the ratified documents are exchanged on May 12, 1784. 1860. On its phonautograph machine, Edward Leon Scott de Martinville makes the first known recording of an audible human voice. 1865. American Civil War. Robert E. Lee surrenders the Army of Northern Virginia, 26,765 troops, to Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, effectively ending the war. 1909. The U.S. Congress passes the Payne-Aldrich Tariff Act. 1917. World War I. The Battle of Arras. The battle begins with Canadian corps executing a massive assault on Vimy Ridge. 1918. World War I. The Battle of the Lys. The Portuguese Expeditionary Corps is crushed by the German forces during what is called the Spring Offensive on the Belgian region of Flanders. 1937. The Kamikaze arrives at Croydon Airport in London. It is the first Japanese-built aircraft to fly to Europe. 1939. African-American singer Marian Anderson gives a concert at the Lincoln Memorial after being denied the use of Constitution Hall by the Daughters of the American Revolution. 1940. World War II. Operation Pajerubang. Germany invades Denmark and Norway. 1940. Vidkun Quisling seizes power in Norway. 1942. World War II. The Battle of Bataan ends. An Indian Ocean raid by Japan's first air fleet sinks the British aircraft carrier HMS Hermes and the Australian destroyer HMAS Vampire. 1945. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, Lutheran pastor and anti-Nazi dissident, is executed by the Nazi regime. 1945. World War II. The German heavy cruiser Admiral Speer is sunk by the Royal Air Force. 1945. World War II. The Battle of Königsberg in East Prussia ends. 1945. The United States Atomic Energy Commission is formed. 1947. The Glacier Higgins Woodward tornadoes kill 181 and injure 970 in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. 1947. The Journey of Reconciliation. The first interracial freedom ride begins through the Upper South in violation of Jim Crow laws. The riders wanted enforcement of the United States Supreme Court's 1946 Irene Morgan decision that banned racial segregation in interstate travel. 1947. United Nations Security Council Resolution 22 relating to Corfu Channel incident is adopted. 1948. Jorge Eliezer Gaitan's assassination provokes a violent riot in Bogota, the Bogotajo, and the further 10 years of violence in Colombia. 1948, fighters from the Irgun and Lehi Zionist terror groups attacked Deir Yassin near Jerusalem, killing over 100 Palestinians. 1952, Hugo Bolivian's government is overthrown by the Bolivian National Revolution, starting a period of agrarian reform, universal suffrage, and the nationalization of tin mines. 1952, Japan Airlines Flight 301 crashes into Mount Mihara, Izu-Oshima, Japan, killing 37. 1957, the Suez Canal in Egypt is cleared and opens to shipping following the Suez Crisis. 1959, Project Mercury. NASA announces the selection of the United States' first 7 astronauts, whom the news media quickly dubbed the Mercury 7. 1960, Dr. Hendrik Verwoerd, Prime Minister of South Africa and architect of apartheid, narrowly survives an assassination attempt by a white farmer, David Pratt, in Johannesburg. 1967, the first Boeing 737-100 series makes its maiden flight. 1969, the first British-built Concorde 002 makes its maiden flight from Filton to RAF Fairford with Brian Tarpso as the test pilot. 1980, the Iraqi regime of Saddam Hussein kills philosopher Mohammad Baqir al-Sadr and his sister Bint al-Huda after 3 days of torture. 1981, the US Navy nuclear submarine USS George Washington accidentally collides with the Nisomaru, a Japanese cargo ship, sinking it and killing 2 Japanese sailors. 1989, Tbilisi massacre, an anti-Soviet peaceful demonstration and hunger strike in Tbilisi demanding restoration of Georgian independence is dispersed by the Soviet army, resulting in 20 deaths and hundreds of injuries. 1990, an IRA bombing in County Down, Northern Ireland kills 3 members of the UDR. 1990, the Sao Dene and Metis Comprehensive Land Claim Agreement is signed for 1,80,000 square kilometers, 69,000 square miles in the Mackenzie Valley of the Western Arctic. 1990, an Embraer EMB 120 Brasilia collides in mid-air with a Cessna 172 over Gadsden, Alabama, killing both of the Cessna's occupants. 1991, Georgia declares independence from the Soviet Union. 1992, a US federal court finds former Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega guilty of drug and racketing charges. He is sentenced to 30 years in prison. 1994, Space Shuttle Program. Space Shuttle Endeavour is launched on STS-59. 2003, Iraq War. Baghdad falls to American forces. 2009, in Tbilisi, Georgia, up to 60,000 people protest against the government of Mikhail Saakashvili. 2013, a 6.1 magnitude earthquake strikes Iran, killing 32 people and injuring over 850 people. 2013, at least 13 people are killed and another 3 injured after a man goes on a spree shooting in the Serbian village of Velika Ivanca. 2014, a student stabs 20 people at Franklin Regional High School in Murrysville, Pennsylvania. 2017, the Palm Sunday church bombings at Coptic churches in Tanta and Alexandria, Egypt take place. 2017, after refusing to give up his seat on an overbooked United Express flight. Dr. David Dow died and is forcibly dragged off the flight by aviation security officers, leading to major criticism of United Airlines. 2021, Burmese military and security forces commit the Bago massacre, during which at least 82 civilians are killed. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share and subscribe.